feel like I've been missing out on solo travel my entire adult life. I could just do whatever I feel like doing for a solid week. Late at night. It's been a long day, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys. I've been back from Mexico for about 2.5 weeks now, and I had probably over an hour of video to comb through and photos to look through. It took me a while to pull out the stuff that would help you if you decide that you want to visit this property. One thing to keep in mind is that this is a timeshare property that I'm reviewing. That means the only way that you can access it is if you're a timeshare owner of this property, which I would not recommend. No matter what you do, do not buy a timeshare, and they will try to get you to buy a timeshare. The other way you can access the property is if you know people who own a timeshare there, and they also allow owners to advertise time in their timeshares on vacation rental sites like VRBO. So if you happen to be able to access this property because you know someone or you see it on VRBO, I highly recommend it. And if you want to hear the metaphysical side of how I manifested this trip, then watch my other video, the last video I posted on this channel. So this is my third time traveling to Cabo, so I'm really familiar with the airport. It's one of my favorite airports because it's kind of a U-shape and it's hard to get lost. You have to take a little van to get to the actual airport, but once you're in there, it's really, really simple to navigate, and the time and customs is usually pretty short. So you'll see here, once you get past all the people trying to trick you into buying timeshare presentations, you go outside and there's bars to buy drinks, and the transportation setup is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you do it before you get there. So for those who don't know, this is where Cabo San Lucas is located. It's at the very tip of the West Coast, and so the weather is very much like California weather, warm in the day and cool at night. There's also this really beautiful mountainous terrain. So Cabo has lots of mountains, deserts, and beach, and that combination is one of the things that I love about the location. So this is the arrival to the resort. You'll see there's 2 resorts on property, I think some townhomes as well, but Grand Solmar is the more luxury option. This is the lobby area where they had free margaritas as soon as I walked in. And check-in was pretty easy. They had all my information, and I was able to add some things to my stay, including an extra day of the meal plan, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But as you can see, this property is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's very well kept. They literally mop outside every single day. This is the view from right outside my room, which was one of my favorite things. And then this is what the room looked like on the inside. So this is a master suite. It has a master bedroom and then a Murphy bed that I'm going to show you in a second. It has 2 bathrooms, and the maximum number of people that can stay are 4 people. So I had a lot of space to myself. I could have up to 3 other adults stay here with me very comfortably. That's the seating area or the dining area, and this is that Murphy bed I was telling you about. You'll see when I pull it down that it's not a lightweight bed. Like, literally 2 pretty large adults could sleep comfortably on the bed if they wanted to, and I like that it doesn't interfere with the living space at all. As you can see, there's plenty of storage. I put all those pillows you see on the couches in those cabinets almost immediately because I felt like they were just overkill. I would say that this place could use some sprucing up on furniture, but it's a pretty old property. That's the bedroom area, and as you can see, there's lots of doors to create privacy. There's a vanity in the bathroom area, and the closet was behind me there in the video. And then you also have the LED lighting in the bathroom, this pretty large tub that I thought I was going to use, but I didn't. And then the shower area. So it doesn't have like the rainfall shower head, which a lot of modern places have, but it's still very nice. This is the balcony area. Just as much space to play with as the inside of the unit. But this view is unmatched. Just look at that. Not only could I see the ocean, but I could also see all the activity happening on the property. So I spent a lot of time out there. I could just walk out there and relax and look down and see whether or not I wanted to participate in what was going on. I also spent a lot of time on this patio taking naps, recording a couple YouTube videos. It was a wonderful place to spend solo time every single day. I mentioned the meal plan. So this property does not automatically come all inclusive, but you can purchase a meal plan for $150 a day, which sounds steep, but you're eating out 3 or more times a day. I also ordered groceries ahead of time so that as soon as I arrived, I could make a quick snack without having to go to the restaurant, so I didn't have to purchase a meal plan for the entire stay. So this is my first evening actually going to a restaurant, and I'm really happy that I paid for the meal plan, although I might not do it again because the food was top tier. And you can see how close the restaurants are to the ocean. Like literally it felt like the waves were going to come up on the patio. Every meal I had was beautifully plated. The ingredients were super fresh. And because I bought that meal plan, I really did the most. I tried almost every item on the menu. I ate as many times a day as I could, and I was stuffed every night. You can see they have the pricing on the menu, and even if you purchase the meal plan, they give you a receipt showing exactly how much you would have spent. So on average, I got to about $200 a day. So you could say I saved $50 a day. Just look at these meals. They're gorgeous. But if I had to do it all over again, I would maybe purchase a meal plan for 1 or 2 days so that I could enjoy my favorite restaurants next time. But this is some pictures of all the food that I had. Like I said, everything was absolutely delicious, and I don't regret getting that meal plan because I was able to try almost everything on the menu that looked good to me. Every time I go to Cabo, one of the nights I see fireworks at dinner, which is another thing that I love about Cabo. And this is what my walk back to my room looked like at night if I did an evening activity or if I was coming back from dinner. This property is just very well thought out and beautifully lit. Look at the infinity pool. And again, this is the view from right outside my room at night. Just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if I'd get that lucky the next time. This is the view from breakfast in one of the restaurants. This place is literally at Land's End. Like there's nothing but rocks and water around you. And look at that sunrise as I'm eating breakfast. All the food was good for every meal of the day. Absolutely enjoyed it thoroughly. So there were families at the resort, but not so many that I felt like there were a bunch of kids around. And this is the gym. So with all that eating, I stuck to my workout routine all week. I worked out 4 times that week, and I was so happy to see how big the gym was and how much equipment they had available. I didn't feel deprived. I didn't feel like I had to modify my workouts much. And so it was really good, to be able to balance all that eating with walking on the beach and then maintaining my workouts in the gym. I will say, though, that this gym got pretty crowded at the same time every day, which was around 10 a.m. But I learned to avoid the peak hours by coming earlier or by coming in much later, which was hard because by that time I had eaten like 4 meals. And this is the beach. So this is another thing I liked about the timeshare specifically. I believe the owner purchased most of this land, and it's blocked off by 2 like little mountain ranges, I guess you could call them. So it feels very private, and the only people that have access to the beach are the people staying at those few resorts right there. And so you could walk up and down the beach any time of day without a crowd. You can't really swim most of the beach in Cabo, which is fine for me because I don't play with the ocean like that. But it was nice to be able to walk up and down the beach, especially after getting out of the pool or before getting in the pool. I actually spotted a whale, which was nice. It's whale season. And if you look from end to end, you'll see, I think this was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 5 people on the beach. And I think part of that is because it's not swimmable, but it was still nice to be able to go out there, meditate, enjoy the scenery, get some sun, and go back and forth from there to the pool easily and conveniently. Speaking of the pools, they were never too crowded. I would say, like, of course, the hottest part of the day, there'd be a lot of people in there, but it never felt like I couldn't get in. And when it came to the seating and the cabanas, there was always availability. Like, I never felt like I had to save a spot, and I felt like there was plenty of space, and the servers were very responsive. This is my walk to the Asian bistro on property for the cooking class that came with my meal plan. So the meal plan doesn't just come with food, it also comes with 2 activities depending on how many days you get and access to different things around the property. So this was the cooking class I went to, and I also went to a mixology class, which I'll show you later. But just look how gorgeous this is. They set up a special table for us on the side so that we could watch the chef make the food, and I thought it was going to be hands off, but it actually ended up being very hands-on. We put on our gloves and we chopped vegetables and we learned how to make a tuna tartare, which was delicious. And the chef even showed us how to like dress the plate up and plate the food beautifully. It tasted as good as it looks. This is the evening entertainment, which they had probably 3 times that week, and I could see it from my balcony. They had some pretty good singers and of course lots of American music that people were familiar with that was pretty popular. And you'll see that a lot of couples were down there dancing. They had the fire pits going. It's warm enough in the day to be in a bathing suit, but cool enough at night to sit around a fire pit and enjoy the live entertainment. I loved being able to enjoy that on my balcony since I was there by myself. I didn't really want to go and sit at a restaurant in order to view the performers, but it was nice to be able to look down and see people enjoying themselves. I wouldn't say it's really lit, but it was nice. Every day they had a positive message written in the sand, as you can see. I actually went for a spa treatment that I got on discount because of the meal plan, and I went over to the sister resort that's on this property called Playa Grande. It's equally as beautiful, but it has a very different vibe. Younger people, more families, and I heard that the entertainment is a little bit more lively as well. So this is me taking the elevator up to the spa area for my treatment, and I went over here on the recommendation of an owner who said that the spa is just a better experience because they had the saunas and then they have a saltwater pool outside where I could relax and come a little early for my appointment and really get the full half-day spa experience without the additional cost. So this is the view from over the balcony by the saltwater pool. They had lockers, robes, slippers, everything you could think of, chlorophyll water. So I was really able to relax before and after my spa treatment, and I stayed until I got hungry. So basically from first thing in the morning when they opened until the afternoon, and it was literally a 5-minute walk. I got a driver to take me initially because I didn't know how bad that walk would be, but it was really, really close by. So this is the robe they gave me, and I showered before my treatment. And this is what it looked like when I was leaving the spa. I couldn't obviously take videos inside. This is the plaza area in Plaza Grande. Obviously, that's why it's called Plaza Grande. It has a big plaza out front. And if you notice in the first part of my video when I'm showing the beach, I'm also showing footage from the beach of this property. This is a kind of farmer's market that they hold on site that I attended. And then when I saw those prices, I decided that it was time to go down into the city and see if I could get things cheaper. Now, things in Cabo are extremely expensive, down to the flights to get there. The accommodations are pretty expensive compared to other places in Mexico. But because of the safety, the temperature, the terrain, I think it's still worth it to go. So this is what the downtown area looks like. It feels very safe. There's people who know that there's lots of tourists around and they kind of help you navigate. So this is the mixology class. Now, no one else showed up, right? So the bartender was like, I'll create a class for you. And he showed me how to make 6 different drinks, a few of which I brought home to try again. So it was a nice, fun experience. The customer service here was top tier. I don't know if it was just me because I was alone, but they really did make the experience fun. I was really tipsy after this, but totally worth it. So overall, I would give this resort a 10 out of 10. Because I have friends who have had their timeshare for a long time, I'll definitely be returning. They've offered me that opportunity. And if you can get access to this property, I highly recommend it as well. This is my last day on property, just looking out over my balcony at the sunrise as I drink my coffee. Like I said, solo travel, top tier. I would also love to come here with a group or with my fiance. in the future. So very clean, delicious food, great customer service. They come and they even mop the patio on a daily basis. I loved it, and I've been a lot of places. I've been a lot of places in Mexico, and this is by far my favorite.